Hey everybody, and welcome to May the Force Be With Who. Now, I'm going to try to do this a whole lot faster because I've already tried to make this video once and I timed out. So, Rosa and Arachnids in the UK. No, just no. They don't work for me. They haven't worked for me. My girlfriend, who's not really a huge Doctor Who fan, but she's seen some episodes with her daughter, and she's seen some episodes with me. I show her good stuff like Girl in the Fireplace, The 11th Hour, Mummy on the Orient Express. She watched both The Woman Who Fell to Earth, which I have a positive review on this channel, by the way, and Rosa. And I think she summed it up best that it came across as a heavy-handed after-school special. The acting in the episode was not good. Especially some of the southern accents were just a little over the top, if you will, sir. Yeah, and I've been to Alabama, and maybe they talked like that in 1952. I don't know, but they damn sure don't talk like that now. But I think my biggest problem with Rosa was the fact that, okay, we have a significant event in U.S. Civil rights, and the best that the writing team that I'm talking to you, Chibnall, can come up with is a time traveling racist. It just was insulting as a 35 plus year fan of the show that, you could have come up with anything. It's fucking sci-fi. You can come up with, somebody, something like the Weeping Angels or something that if they displaced Rosa Parks in time, the potential energy they would have fed off would have made a better villain than a time traveling intergalactic greaser, bigot, David Duke, Grand Wizard, Clue. I mean, that's what it came off like. And it's just, really, it was a little too on the nose. And it just was like, no, 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 no. It's almost like you're poking the fan base that's accusing the writers and the direct creative direction of this show that it's all becoming SJW and NPC. You're playing right into it. I just really just did not like the episode. And like I said, my girlfriend didn't like it. And she had also watched The Woman Who Fell to Earth. And before, you get off on being, oh, you're a He-Man woman hater, I just picked up my Missy action figure over the weekend in Winston-Salem. So, yeah, I hate women. That was sarcasm, by the way. It just didn't work for me. But nowhere near as bad as this past Sunday's episode, Arachnids in the UK, or, arachnophobia, or spiders, or let's make fun of Donald Trump. And, okay, I never want to get into politics and religion on this channel because I don't care. I don't care what you think of Donald Trump. I don't care what religion you are. That's your business. That's your thing. And the same thing with writers of television shows. I don't care what your political views are. I'm not a Trump supporter, but on that same token, I don't want to be sitting down for an hour trying to watch a show that I've invested time, money, and, just love into and be given this anti Donald Trump rhetoric. And that's what that was. I mean, Chris Noth is a good actor. I mean, I've seen him for years on Law and Order. And if anybody's ever had a girlfriend, they recognize him from Sex and the City as Mr. Big. So I know the guy's a good actor. But you portray him as the villain of the week, and he's a bargain basement Donald Trump knockoff. And it's just like, okay, that's not subtle at all. From the you're fired shtick to Yaz's mom during the early part or most of the episode to the running in 2020 and being a big blowhard. It wasn't subtle. It wasn't subtle at all. Now, I know throughout the history of Doctor Who that it has, every now and then there is a political slant to it, but it's subtle. This was not subtle. And not to mention the whole ripping off the concept from the Green Death about the toxic waste and the spiders and whatever. It was maggots in the Green Death, but it's the same thing. And it was just too in your face. And like I said, what your Chris Chibnall, I don't give five damns what your politics and views are. You can have those. You are entitled to your politics and your views. But I don't want anybody shoving any rhetoric in my face or down my throat. If I want a sermon, I'll go to church. If I want to be educated about a subject, I'll do the time myself and find out about it. I don't need agendas pushed on me. And that's what it's felt like the last couple of weeks. And plus the Ghost Monument, as I reviewed earlier, just sucked. And something else, I want to get to Jody now, because as in an earlier video on this channel, when she was announced as the 13th Doctor, I said, I don't care as long as the stories are good. Well, we're 1 out of 4 right now. So that is like, 25% for people that can do basic math. That's not good. Because that was the big complaint everybody had with Stephen Moffat was, oh, the writing's terrible. The writing's terrible. Well, guess what? The writing is terrible. The intergalactic racist versus Rosa Parks. And then this week we have giant big ass spiders and a Donald Trump knockoff. And then you finally get to Jody, which I want to thank Nathaniel over at Council of Geeks for pointing this out before I did. These big, long, dramatic, throwing the sonic screwdriver out. What the hell, man? Just raise the thing and push the button, point and click. Just these sweeping gestures with the sonic screwdriver, and it's over the top. And getting to Jody, as I touched on in my Ghost Monument review, there was at the end of the episode when the TARDIS disappears and she gets all Eeyore, well, the TARDIS is gone. I don't know what we're gonna do. I guess we're gonna be killed by the killer rags, which still killer rags. And that was not the Doctor to me. And so far, with the exception of The Woman Who Fell to Earth, Jodie's Doctor is coming off to me like a Matt Smith impression. And the accent is just, at times, like, what the hell did she just say? I need to put on closed captions because I can't understand what the hell she's saying. And then there was a point in Arachnids where, the big, they're chasing all the little spiders off to the panic room or whatever to starve to death. And then there's the big, ginormous, big ass spider in there. And, Robertson, the Chris Noth Trump wannabe character, comes in and is going to shoot it. And then right here was a point where, doctors in the past would have, stood firm in the ground. And like, if it had been Eccleston, he'd have called him a stupid ape. And there'd have been, he'd have diffused the situation. If it had been David Tennant would have been like, that's murder. And he'd have dealt with the situation. Matt probably would have went all puppy dog guys and, whatever. Capaldi, the force of nature that is Peter Capaldi when faced with that kind of character in Doctor Who, it would have been Attack of the Killer Eyebrows, and then we'd have got a 4-minute monologue on why it was wrong and why he was an asshole. But no, with 13 and Jodie, we don't get that. We get this kind of, and that is not the Doctor. That is not the Doctor that I know. That's not the Doctor that, I've got freaking Revenge of the Cybermen on right now while I'm making this video. That's not the character that intrigued me so much in 1983 when I saw Arc of Infinity, which I know is not the greatest episode in the world, but that was the first one I ever saw. It's not my Doctor. And not because she's female. It's because the character is poorly written and has not been very well acted. And this episode last Sunday was one of the first times I've more or less mentally checked out halfway into the episode, as far as a brand new episode. Now, ones I've seen dozens of times, you have them on for background noise, kind of like right now. But I was not invested. It was just like, this is not good. And it concerns me because as being a fan, I'm upset with the direction the show is taking, because it just seems like, okay, let's see how much more suckier we can be this week. And if you want to come at me and think that, oh, it's because she's a woman and blah, 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 it's not. You can go back and look at my other videos. It has nothing to do with the gender change. It's the fact that the stories are shit, and Jodie has not got a defining. She's not settled in as the Doctor yet, and the Mork and Mindy costume is not helping. It's just, it's a mess. The show is a fucking mess right now, and I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, and I can understand being a fan of something that's a mess. Star Wars hadn't had a great year either, but it hurts because you invest time and money and interest and your heart and soul into something that you're a fan of, and this is what you get. You get time traveling racists and bargain basement Donald Trumps and a doctor that it's like, Doctor, what the hell am I watching? Not Doctor Who. So I'm not even gonna give Rosa nor Arachnids in the UK a number rating because I don't feel they're worthy of it. And for those of you that you like those episodes, that's great, that's fine. Everything's subjective. I'm just giving you the reasons why I don't like them, and I'm really, really concerned about the future of this show. Okay, that is gonna do it, and I hope everybody's doing well out there. League of Fools this weekend, Friday night, November the 2nd at the Dugout in Hendersonville. Check us out on Facebook. And everybody have a happy Halloween. And until next time, keep on keeping on. And dear God, may the force be with who? It needs it.